Hey guys, what's up? There's a cat in the background now. So it's not a dog, but there's a cat. You can look at that. That's fun. So enjoy that. Um, we're on to day 3 of the 2025 Christmas countdown. So after today, we'll be a quarter of the way there. We're going to be talking about games 30 through 28. So enjoy that. We're just gonna go ahead. Yeah, he's scratching. You need to scratch. We're gonna go ahead and just get things started. And you know what? We're just gonna start out with a banger. You almost could argue that this isn't really like a full-on game, but it is its own thing on Steam, and it's almost like cheating. But I'm gonna go ahead and count it. It is, and I quote, Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive Mit-Aya. I need to close it. So this game is obviously pretty baked into internet meme culture, but it is really good, unironically, because a lot of the weapons obviously are ported straight from Quake, but it uses like the same engine anyway. So I was looking for a good Quake mod, and hey, this is a pretty good one. You might be asking yourself some questions like, why is that guy's head look like a Lego? Why am I drinking sugarcane juice in order to get health back? I'd highly recommend playing the game in Portuguese, even if you, don't speak Portuguese, just because I think that it is really, really funny. It's just the most authentic experience, and yeah, you can shoot a payphone at some demons, and you gotta harness the power of the favela in order to save Mit-Aya. So I think that having a boomer shooter on the list very much makes sense. Definitely think that it's worth your time because usually it's only like $5. And this is like a great way to spend like 2 hours just messing around. It is multiplayer, but it is multiplayer in the same way as I hope that you like setting up a Quake server multiplayer. Like it is classic, but it released this year, so there we go. That's I'm just gonna shorten it to Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. The next game on our list is Headliners. Now, the Headliners is a really interesting game because again, it kind of came really, I think, by like it kind of happened after Repo gained a lot of popularity. So what the Headliners is all about is that there's like a map, and it's like a city that is kind of been evacuated or is currently being evacuated, and your job is like the press is to like document what's like going on with the alien invasion, and all the monsters that are in this are like classic, like almost Lethal Company type monsters. I mean, like, you know the type, right? And so the game is a little unique because when you are playing the game and you're looking at these monsters, you actually mainly get points not by like collecting stuff, but collecting some pictures. So you have like a camera and you get more points basically the more danger the subject of the photo is. And you can put on like selfie mode. You can There's like a giant like dinosaur looking thing out in the street that'll get you a bunch of points because it's blown up a bunch of stuff. Like acts of bravery. It kind of turns into a hey, watch this, bro, and then like you get like your leg chopped off, but someone took a picture of it, so you're getting like money out of it, and then you can like use some of the stuff to upgrade what you have. And so it's a kind of a not the newest formula. As far as I know, they've added like a new map. I think they added like UFOs, and you can go to like Paris, and I think they're gonna add more cities. Just in general, they're gonna be adding more maps. This is one to kind of like go back to maybe if you haven't played it in a bit. and that is Headliners. So the last game that we're going to be going on is one that's called Promise Mascot Agency. So this is like admittedly not gonna be the go-to. It's gonna be not for everyone, but it has a really good visual novel take. The game is entirely dubbed in Japanese. Like, there's no English voices at all, but it's a visual novel with Japanese voices. And I think that it really adds to a lot of the characters. You have some characters which you're like acting as like the janitor who used to be this Yakuza street thug guy, but I think he has like a broom or something. But then he like became disgraced because he didn't do his job as a bodyguard right. A deal went south, and so now he's basically disgraced from the Yakuza. I think to the point, apparently, like in the Yakuza, you get like your thumb chopped off if you like. That's like your one strike, and it's like as a show that you've like dishonored your family or whatever. Like, man, Japan's weird. And that's pretty much what this game looks like. It's a lot of mascots, like actual like restaurant mascots almost, or like sports mascots, if you want to think of it like that. And you are like their agent for them to like go to different stores as you're trying to like build up this town and like make it good. There's like stamps that you can collect. The big part of the game is that you drive around in your truck, like kind of cleaning up the cities, doing chores in that way, or doing collectibles or whatever. And then another part of the game is kind of like this strategy game. It's almost like how some other games where it's all about like building up like some different people, and you can kind of like get their strengths and weaknesses, and then you'll be able to like manage like, oh, this person should really do like these tasks where they need to be funny versus these will need to do like the more serious stuff. And you can like level people up, and there's like side stories for basically everything, and there just seems to be a whole lot of content. And honestly, the game is pretty fun, and it's just funny without it being super duper crude. I definitely think that this is in the like realm of like underrated gems, as all these are. Maybe a little bit harder to find, or games that kind of fell on the wayside as other stuff has kind of come out. But let me know again what your top list is. And again, if you want to go ahead and see more vids like this, I appreciate a like as always. We're going to be getting into some pretty heavy hitters here pretty soon. Maybe not tomorrow, but I think the ones after that, they're going to be gradually getting sprinkled in, and I am very looking forward to the like last few days as we get closer and closer to the holiday. So, gonna go ahead and wrap this up a little bit shorter than usual, but I will see you all the next day for the next part of the list. Enjoy.